Alright, well, there's the aftermath. That's what I was after, that core. Okay, shout out to Seaway Marine. They had the parts I needed, so this is, if you need, like, they kind of specialize in just recycling parts. And anyway, I was able to get the stator. So basically I have new coils for the stator. This one didn't have it. They sold different models, right? So this guy, you know, didn't probably originally have a stator. So I had to get one. And that's, it was missing the screws. So, you know, I was trying to figure out, well, okay, you know, I had some screws and they're the right pitch, but they're slightly too long. So that was kind of like, I guess I could cut them off and kind of machine them. But anyway, they had an old, if you look online, these things are expensive. You know, so like one that's working or even one that's like old, it's pretty expensive. So, you know, and then you can't always get what you need. And luckily for me, they sent us a cord. Alright, that's what they did. So the cool thing is we have this core, and then you know, we'll just have to take it off and bust it off of here. It's like it had some, this one had some tabs in the back. I guess it's right here. And I guess the first thing we do is just get rid of this tag. It's annoying as all get out. So get on out of here. And I need to figure out where I can get these kind of old tags. This is a good idea. That's a core. Yeah, see how it's got these little, and we don't care about this because I got replacement coils. But I don't know. We'll look at it. Maybe I'll hose it a little bit with some, my favorite thing, silicone spray. Might have to chip this out right here a little bit and get these coils off here and then mount it on our stator plate. That's my plan. And then I've got some other stuff too. We'll get to that in a second, but I want to get to this first. Yeah, and got destroyed. So you gotta kind of we still have some here. Crap. This is proving to be more difficult than I had anticipated. There it goes. This stuff is really, I don't know what it was, but, or is, but now we just gotta get, so one side, so I don't even know, like, this should just come right off, I mean, at this point, because there's nothing holding on. The keeper or whatever is damaged. So this should just push off. Maybe a little screwdriver pryage actiones. It's coming off. You can see it. See? I ain't probably got the right screwdriver. I'll push off now. See, that's where these locked. I don't think the ones I have locked. Pretty sure though. Alright, I need some with a wider edge. There we go. It's been on there 50 years or whatever. I don't know what year that one was, but it's probably that long. Is it all worth it? You know what I have? I have a small. See, now I can just get underneath it. See, this was just plastic. So I have to look and see what our new one. Let's get this one off. I mean, it's going to be damaged as well, but I don't know what you do about it. Because, you know, that's how they look. I guess the new ones just slide on there, and anyway, this is all it is. We can get this off. And alright, by the way, if that wasn't terrorizing enough, then wait, there's more. Alright, well, that wasn't graceful. That's all I could say. Anyway, let me fix this madness. It's crazy. That stuff, man, it's like pretty good stuff. Okay, here's where we're at. So I got these on, and I had them send me the screws, so they had the screws too. And they're 309545. The only problem is I'm still probably a little bit mocking this up, because this stuff, I've never done this one. I've never done this before, not like this. So if I read the directions, it tells you to like heat up the epoxy with a heat gun, and then it'll come right off. So that I learned. And then I've got my wire routed so that it goes like here, but I'm, you know, it's not like, I don't know where the flywheel is on this. So on this side, it's not one to go all the way down. So you gotta like kind of finesse it, is what I'm trying to say, because there's just not a lot of good room to route the wiring, and you kind of want it underneath and be able to push it back. I think that'll work. For some reason it's not going flat. Hopefully we didn't bend our thing. I don't think we did though. For some reason it's not wanting to go down. Oh, there it is. So the other thing about this is that they didn't have the keepers like I've seen before on some, like that one has a keeper. So I don't know, but then I'm looking at the way this is made, and I don't know if you can get the keeper. So then the epoxy becomes kind of the thing, because then you can epoxy it down and it won't move. I guess even if it gets hot, maybe too hot, it would move. Right now, well, yeah, see, see how that's moving? And there's not much you can do. Like, I have a tie wrap on this one, 2 tie wraps actually, and you can see it's moving. So I'm gonna have to see if I can get that keeper like is on this one. Maybe, you know, we can fix these so they don't move. It's gonna have to be done right though. So anyway, it's just kind of mock up. See, it's still moving. Not a lot now, but it's moving. And especially this one. Of course, this one, I don't have any, I don't have a tie wrap on it. I could put a tie wrap on it. See, you know, what it tightens it up some. Obviously, want to get it as tight as possible. So if I hunker it down, I don't think it's going to change anything. See, that's still a lot. It's better. So maybe some epoxy. I have to find out what I can use, because I really don't know. I got this little tool. I'm gonna have to come back to this. This isn't gonna. This can be fine for rubbing in here, I think. That's another thing. I'm gonna have to look at this and see if I can even use these tie wraps right here. So this one could actually go underneath it a little more, because it looks like it would rub that. So, you know, you just gotta do what you can do. And if you gotta mock it up a couple times, you just want to make sure that, like, well, the problem is, I'll show you right now, is see, without that keeper, this thing needs to be like that. So if it slid back and forth, it's probably catching the flywheel, and then you got problems. So you need to get this back. And you know, it is what it is. Yeah, because if I look down that edge, I don't really have enough room. And then they got this little thing right here. Whoa! Let's see, which way does it go? So they got places where things can come out. So, like, there's a location for a wire, you know, but I think most of them are going to go maybe this way. All right, well, if you don't know, you don't know, you don't know. That's what I'm going to say. So these are the old coils, right? They had these little keepers, and they would keep it from, so ours, man, it was, and then they also had, like, you know, all that epoxy on it. So I like chiseled the epoxy off, but what I discovered is that the new coils, they do not come with the keepers. So then you've got to, you know, you gotta like do something. So I chose to just epoxy it back, and I just used some JB Weld. And apparently, like I found out that if I would have heated this up, because these are gone anyway, so if I'd have taken my torch and heated these up, the old epoxy would have came off real easy. I didn't know that though. So now I got one of them on, because I only had one clamp. Really, I would like to have had 2 clamps because the bottom's a little bit off. But then it tells you, and I didn't read the directions either. If I'd have read the directions, it tells you, like, you know, what to do. And, you know, there's the removal, installation, what it says in here, epoxy, like, it shows you where you're taking it apart, right? But then slide the new coils on the stator frame one at a time, making sure the wires come out on the correct side of the frame. So you'll notice, like, we got our rivets are up, so it's on there. And then also, like, this cable comes out underneath the bottom in the front. And then the other thing it tells you to do is slide the new coils on the stator frame one at a time, making sure the wires come out. Okay, just read that. Make sure the bobbin is all the way back against the frame. So, like, you gotta kind of tuck your wires and stuff in. But then it says it may be necessary to trim the plastic coil bobbin where the bobbin goes against the steel frame lamination. So this one, when I put it on and you push it back, like it's just barely sticking out. So I just took some side cutters. This thing's got plastic. You know, you just don't want to get into any wire or anything, but you can almost see it. It's like on each side, there's just a little bit of this plastic, and you just trim it off. Anyway, it's just plastic. You kind of got to do that on both sides. So, but if you look in the light down, you can see it. My hand's kind of in the way, but you can kind of see it. So, you got to do one. This is what I'm telling you. This is what I had to do. So you just take off a little bit of that. You know, you're just not getting into the wires or anything like. Now when you slide it on, see, it'll go all the way back. So then I just took a little C-clamp. I got a real small one, right? Then I just put enough pressure, kind of lock it there. And then I'm gonna mix me up some JB Weld. I'm gonna get a. Last time I used. I got these big tongue compressors, but really kind of need the small one. And you know, I don't know if it was easier to just try to break it or just do like that, and then just take equal amounts of this and. I kind of went crazy, and you know, like this stuff too, like if you heat it up, it'll just, you know, it'll, I guess it gets brittle and it just breaks off. I don't know. Never done this before, to be honest with you. Makes sense though. But I had to do one at a time, you can see. And that one, maybe I could do a better job. So we'll just use both of these. And I think this is a little warmer right now, so maybe that other was like it was just too. Just want the product, I guess, mixed up real good. So it's just, this stuff's too is like They call it the original cold weld. They do make the Johnson Evinrude epoxy, but it's like new old stock now. You can't find it. Well, you probably could, maybe eBay, and it would just be brown. So if you ever had to like do this where, you know, so we're just gonna kind of smudge it into those cracks. And honestly, that's probably really all you need. I kind of got crazy with it on that first one because I'd never done it. We can just go back around it, and then like I just kind of eyeballed it. That flowed better anyway because I guess, so you don't want it on the sides where the coil is, I don't think. But up here is fine. It's the next day. It's a little chillier. You know, on this 25, this Evinrude I've been working on yesterday, because I moved this thing around a little bit, right? Yesterday I'm looking down and I see, hopefully you can see it, down yonderville there was some oil, but this hasn't been hooked up to gas or anything. So then I'm like, okay, what we got here? And then I kind of look in here and you can see evidence of it. See this yellow? I'm like, what is that? And so okay, maybe it's a gasket. But then I'm looking at this and I'm turning it right now, like it is, like I got the flywheel off, right? We'll just take this off. Get it one-handed, get this out of the way. We've got that flywheel. I'll turn some lights on. I plan on getting more lights and doing something, anyway. So we're neutral, right? See, it's not turning that, but this thing, there's no way I could describe it to you. This should be just free flowing. And it's like grinding, man. That's what it feels like. So, if it's not one thing, it's three things. See, I didn't even put in my quote to change the oil, which I know he can do because he works, but this is awful. Like, that's not, I don't know if we can turn it. We do have no, I got plugs in, so there's no way it'll, oh, there it goes. I mean, it's turning it. Sorry. See, there's neutral. I mean, I think probably gonna have to, drop that oil, see what's inside here, because, maybe even take this off, make sure there isn't a whole bunch of line or something, because that will, like, this is gonna be real hard starting like that, because it's, I guess, because I don't know. We're gonna have to investigate some more on that deal. Okay, so then in here, I'm getting ready to put the stator on. Let me go throw it on and see what happens. I mean, I've got them pretty flush, I think. Yeah, we'll see. So I gotta remember what I'm doing here. Yeah. Okay. There's our sensor coil. And then I think this is just gonna be in the back. And you know, I got that plate up there, so it just kind of rides on it. And let's see what happens. I had to go back and watch my video before I take it off. You doofus. I know that's all right. I'm got some picks here. For little screwdrivers. Yeah, I can find some holes and see if they line up. See, I thought this one and this one should line up. But then with the plate, it doesn't. Huh. Okay. Right, well that lines up, but that's not. That one does do right, so that's just where that stops. So does this thing keep rotating? Seems like, you know, like I don't know. I should have looked at this when I took it off, but it was missing pieces. You have to go back and look at it. I mean, I know our wiring kind of routes back this way, so I guess it would take a good educated guess. Looks like that one, and maybe that one line up, so let's just go there and see what happens. So it's got to come back. Okay, that one's lined up. But this one in the front doesn't. Oh, this isn't even on. It's close. Alright, let me get this figured out. Alright, I think I got it figured out. I had to go back and watch my video. See those two line up now. The sensor's in the back. It's back yonderville. See how my picks are lining up here? I think we got one more maybe. I got two more. I think this is probably gonna line up somewhere. Yeah, there's one. Yeah, I think that's all 5 of them. So let me get the screws and get the screws in and get into getting on. You know what, Chucky?
What?
Tripod stand. I need a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Them cheap ones don't last. I wonder if I should put Loctite on these. I don't think I will. I'm gonna put some Loctite on him. You can't see nothing anyway. Got a whole box. Shake it. Just a little added protection, I guess. Alright, well, let me see if I can get these in here. Alright, well, sorry about that. I had to get my wiring routed right. I don't know what I did with my light. It's in my pocket. No, it's not in my pocket. Well, hopefully you can see it. Oh, it's back here. Just right. I guess if we was doing this for realsy and wasn't videotaping, then we probably figured this out pretty quick. But it's all about the routing. So I got that. I don't have a good place to put this light, but yeah, I just routed it. You know, this is our trigger side. It goes over here, and then, you know, it plugs into the, you know, the power pack. So they have this cable, you know, thing for over here. So route those back, and then we should have, and I ordered it, but there should be a terminal block, and I can connect this to this, and you know, it's boom boom, it goes back to the battery. Yeah, so gotta do that yet. Gotta put the flywheel on. You know, should be good there. You know, nothing's taller than it needs to be, so might do that next. Got this hooked up, so this is back in place, and this is our shifting. So I got it in forward gear right now, so you know I can advance it. These things are weird, man. So like, you think it run on the cam, but it actually goes outward. So that's wide open throttle. Over here, well, almost. Oh boy, keep getting interrupted. Yeah, so I got this going under here. It's going through this little deal here. So move this a little. I got too much stuff going on here. I need that on a power cord so I don't run out of juice. This is the trigger part. It comes back here and plugs in to our power pack. See, it's this guy, so we'll plug that in next. It just sits in there, this little cradle, and then you got to put your little keeper on there. So that's all good. Now, do we do this? Yeah, because let me see what I got. Because I have other parts. So let me keep going here. Let's see what we got. We got 511949. I think this is the terminal block. It is. Yes. Okay, there's that. Then we got 329182. Says I got 4. Let's see what they are. Yeah, it's 4 screws. Alright, that's good. So that's the screws that go into here. Alright, I'm just going to be missing those. And then I got 341474. It says 2. This is probably the screws. Yep. So now we just got to figure out. Should just go right here. Well, we got these 2 guys, and one is well, okay, they're probably both quarter-20s. All right, let me get so do we want to go underneath it? Probably. Alright, here's the deal. I had to go look this up. So we got 3 wires coming out of the stator. We got a 3-wire rectifier. So we're just going to do blue and a white. It's going to go to our 2 yellows on the rectifier. This one's not used, right? But this is going to be our hot. So I got to make up a line and send it back. Where do I send it back to? Because, oh, I never. I got to send it back over here to this side of the coil. So we'll get us a red, and we'll figure out, like, we'll maybe come up this way or something and send it over there. So gonna have to make up a cable. Thanks for watching all the way through. You're part of our awesome community. Love this video? Hit subscribe for more adventures. The best way to support us is at HawkeyeMarine.net. Shop outboard powerheads, lower units, and top quality boat parts. It fuels our content and keeps you on the water. Visit today. We'll see you next time.